Boomers may have been the best Christians to have ever lived. I think if you met Jesus Christ today, he would be a boomer. Hello everyone, welcome to Alex the Mechanic's channel. Again, I'm Alex, and today we're talking about Jesus Christ because I found Christ and Christ showed me that the boomers are the good guys, unlike the way we're always told. I just got in between shifts here. I'm not off shift yet this Sunday. My boss, so I think I'm going to name him. His name is Boomer Pat. Boomer Pat, who has helped me a lot in the past couple of months, got me to drop my old, atheist, agnostic type of thing that all of us young people have, the Zoomers and the millennials. And he got me to come to Christ. And I have to talk about this today because me and him, we go to church together now before we get to work on Sundays. Even though it's a day of rest, he is a boomer, right? So he believes in gumption and no days off. So we work every single day. We just close a little early on Sundays. Everyone needs a break. And today we've been repairing 2 engine blocks. It's been an interesting day. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about this realization that I've had with Boomer Pat, who's shown me the way, okay? That a lot of young people these days, they are not real Christians. They are not being appropriate in their conduct, okay? A lot of them actually think that they are being very Christian, but they're not. And this is a complicated thing, okay? So I thought we would use a few examples and just some analogies that have helped me understand my role as a man a lot better. And this is all because of Boomer Pat. He's the one who's been able to teach me this. Okay? So firstly, I wanted us to think about this, where a lot of times these days you'll see these podcasts like Fresh and Fit or Myron Gaines who are always talking badly about women. And they say that women, they sleep with too many men and it's not fair and it's not right and that's not the way things are supposed to be. And you'll often hear people my age, younger men like Zoomers, they'll complain. They'll be like, oh, I can't find a good wife because everyone's at the partying. Meanwhile, they're at the party too, so what's the difference? But regardless, they're always like, oh, I can't find a good wife or something, right? And I brought this dilemma to Boomer Pat. I was telling him about this body count discourse and all this. And Boomer Pat heard me. This was probably like a month ago that I told him about it. He heard me out and he was just really quiet for a few minutes after I finished telling him this dilemma everyone's going through. And he told me, Alex, do you know who the most strong man in all of human history was? And I said, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he said, no, it was Jesus Christ. And I had never really thought of Jesus in that way, but he said that Jesus is a very strong man. And I go, why are you saying that? He says, well, because he took on the sins of the world, of everyone. And if that's something that Jesus could do, because we could never measure up to that, why can't we at least try to do that, right? And this isn't some self-aggrandizing thing, okay? But what I'm saying is that, and what he was saying, I understood, is these people that complain about other people's pasts, they complain about the way things have gone. That's all the young people know how to do nowadays, complain. They love to complain. This is so silly and wrong. And in fact, you are not stronger for condemning. You are only stronger by showing grace and acceptance. And it's really odd to see from the Christians, these young Christians, because they'll judge like young women and young men. And they like to use words like degeneracy. Christ never used that, What makes you strong is being able to, in the face of all things that are unholy or unsacred, to persevere, to be that bigger man or woman, And so I think when a lot of these people talk about, this is just a microcosm, but like this body count discourse, this They always have complaints like this, the young men. It's not even really the young woman, it's the young men complaining about this. They're like, oh, it can't be this way. And boomers will always tell us, they'll always give us their wisdom. They'll say, hey, just go to the nice bar and say, can I buy you a drink? And you'll be able to meet your wife. Or go to church and you'll meet your wife. And people don't listen because both of those things are true. They are true. I haven't personally experienced them, but I have met plenty of young people, well, not plenty, but a couple that Boomer Pat has helped, and they have found their families doing these boomer methods that everyone makes fun of. The stupid boomers, they're the ones who are right, okay? So instead of worrying about a girl's body count or her student debt, people were complaining because Dave Ramsey said you should pay your wife's student debt. Yeah, you should. What are you? You're a man. You're a man. You're supposed to take on that responsibility. Whether it's student debt or, her mysterious past or body count. If you think about that, you are not showing grace. That's not very Christ-like, actually. And it's about damn time that people grow up and they realize it's an imperfect world, especially the men. Because men are the ones who are supposed to obviously women are very strong too, but men are the ones who are supposed to really carry the world. They're supposed to sit silently, not complain, and just do the work. And it seems like young guys don't want to do that anymore. So that's what I learned. I've spoken to a pastor about this. He had a similar view on it. Me and Pat, we go to our local evangelical church these days in order to make sure that, it's just, I had never really gone to church before this. I was an atheist, agnostic type, but the boomers, they helped me find Christ, and it's improved my life. So I hope it can improve yours. But you let me know if it's a good idea to keep judging. That's what they want you to do. They want you to keep judging. All of the young people want to keep judging. The boomers never really judged, and that's why they had so much fun, and they were able to get together and have a good family at the end of the day because they were smart enough to stop judging. And you make fun of them. Oh, the hippies. Well, they didn't judge each other, at least. And all you can do is judge. And they said not to judge. So let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. If there's any boomers watching, I really want your comments. I want your contacts, because these days I only want to talk to boomers because they are the generation that, to me, just makes the most sense for nowadays, and probably of all time, to be honest. And so if you're a boomer, I want to start even interviewing boomers for the channel, because everyone says, oh, when they're gone, we're going to forget them. I'm not going to let that happen. I want to interview every boomer so that we can keep their wisdom for eternity. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and I will see you guys this week. And happy Sunday. I hope you went to church today.